Talking Misericordia University men's basketball here on the John Mendola Show at our Carol Janelle. Willie Chandler, the head coach, with us. And Willie, another Freedom Conference championship. You guys found a way to get it done. Take us through the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, we weren't playing well all year, and we're just getting by by the, winning games here and there by 1 or 2 points, and then losing 2 in a row, winning 2 in a row. It was an up and down year, but we got hot at the right time. We started playing better defense at the end of the year, and I thought, holding DeSales to 58 points in the end of the year, and beating Manhattanville, then going into the playoffs hot, on a 2-game winning streak, and then we ended up, having a great win at Wilkes and holding them to 58 points. And then the championship game going down to DeSales and holding them to 59 points. So when you hold teams in the 50s, you're most likely going to win, especially with the offensive output we put up.
Yeah, and you guys have probably looked at more for offense, but the defense is the thing that did it. Talk about some of these guys who stepped up defensively for you.
Well, no, the Wilkes game, Trey Fields, he held Marcus Robinson to 7 points. I mean, that was one of our big game plans against Wilkes. Don't let Marcus Robinson score, and Trey Fields, I told him he doesn't need to score a point.
Well, let's talk about the opportunities here in the NCAA playoffs for you guys. Obviously, a great opportunity. You're going to head to Ohio, but you guys, it's like anything else. You're going to play somebody eventually. You guys get it first round, number 3 team in the country.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to be on the road again. We've been playing well on the road. We're playing a Wittenberg team who I think they won their first 24 or 25 games of the year, and they're ranked number 2 in the country at one point, and now they're number 3. But I think we match up well with them. I've been watching film the last 2 days, and they have a 6'10" kid, and they have small guards, and our guards are all bigger than their guards. But we just got to hold the 6'10" kid. We got to figure out a way to stop him from scoring easily and make some shots. And I think if we do that, it should be a good game. We'll surprise a lot of people.
Let's talk about Jason Kenny and his ability to score. At Wilkes, boy, that first step, nobody could stop him on the first step there in the second half, late in the second half especially. Yeah, and
that's our plan. I mean, we're going to spread Wittenberg out. They got 2 big guys down low, and like we did at Wilkes, we're going to set that ball screen up top, and we want to leave one of our guys open to shoot a 3.
Coach, obviously, all these local guys are stepping up, and you have a big roster. Talk about recruiting-wise and just hitting the pavement and constantly in gyms and just trying to get out to see guys.
I mean, at this level, you have to recruit. I mean, to be successful, you need to be out, you need to be recruiting, because we don't give scholarships. So we got to find that, that diamond in the rough and try to, hopefully they develop into the players, like Jason Kenny, Tony Harden, and even Alec Rodway. I mean, Alec Rodway wasn't highly recruited. Tony Harden, Jason Kenny, they're highly recruited, but Alec Rodway wasn't, and he's one of my better players now, and he's one of my better defenders, and that's what you got to do to be successful at this level. You got to get out there, talk, network, and like Trey Fields, I got lucky with him. He transferred from a Division II school out in South Carolina, and that's just from connections. So you get lucky that way also. So it's a lot of work, but you got to love to do it, to be at this profession.
McCreary kid, kind of an X factor, because if he starts hitting a few threes, he really could light it up. And,
yeah.
He can play some decent defense for you too.
Yeah, Stone just comes off the bench. He has ice in his veins, and he's gonna put it up there, and if it goes in, he gets going. Like at DeSales and even at Wilkes, he hit a couple of threes that were huge, especially at DeSales. I mean, he hit 3 in a row, and that put the game away, and that's what he does. Defensively, yeah, I've been on him a lot. That was why he didn't play much last year and the year before, because he was a terrible defender. But he's been working on it, and he's getting better at it.
Coach, we wish you well on the long trip. Congratulations on another Freedom Conference championship, and a fabulous year once again for the Cougars.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Alec Rodway with us from Misericordia University men's basketball team. And Alec, let's talk about what it's like to be a Cougar and your experience with Coach Chandler.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely been an exciting experience. For the past 2 years, we've won the MAC championship, so I think that speaks a lot about Coach and kind of what it is that we have going on at Misericordia.
Nice to do with a couple local guys as well. Talk about some of that talent and getting to know these guys maybe as rivals one day, and now you guys are probably the best of friends.
Definitely, yeah. Tony and Jason, definitely. I've played against both of them my whole high school career. Jason was always the guy that I wanted to beat but never could the last 2 years of my career, and finally I got the chance to start playing with him. Same with Tony. Tony, every time I played him, we played him once a year. He averaged about 21 points a game. He'd never beat us, but yeah, it's nice to have him on my team now, 2 high-caliber scorers like that.
For you guys to go through at Wilkes and then to do it at DeSales, I mean, you guys did it the hard way, but it feels good the way you did it, scoring in the 70s and limiting them in the 50s.
Definitely. I think this year it felt a lot different compared to last year. We were the 4 seed, so no one was really expecting a lot out of us, but I feel like we were very confident because we've been there before and we know what the situation felt like. and we really just showed up. We knew what they were going to do, and we prevented them from doing it, and we played well.
Come from an athletic family. Let's talk about the siblings that you have.
Sure, yeah. I have my little sister, Elena Weston. She plays for the Prep Classics. They're going to be playing the district championship this Thursday. Unfortunately, I can't make it because we're going to Ohio that day. Then my older sister, Abby, who's actually the head coach at the Wyoming Seminary's girls team, who she got her first playoff win this year as a coach, so proud of her.
Great to hear. You're a math kind of guy, so 3.81, you enjoy that. Talk about what the plans are going forward.
Yeah, so I'm going to school for math and minor in statistics, but not really sure if I'm going to pursue that per se. I think I'm going to take my studies and go maybe try to find a GA position to be an assistant coach and maybe get my master's in the business financial area.
Let's talk about the folks and how they inspire you and have led you to a pretty darn good, successful career so far.
Yeah, sure. Well, my dad has definitely been a big basketball guy his whole life. He played at Wilkes and played at the University of Scranton. He's definitely been an influence with the basketball aspect. And then my mom's just my cheerleader, and she's always there to support me and is there for me whenever I need it. So.
Well, you're doing a great job with the point guard position. A lot of good talent there at Misericordia University. We wish you the best here in the NCAA playoffs.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
We're talking with Jason Kenny here on the John Mendola Show as we talk Misericordia University basketball. And Jason, let's talk about your career. You had a lot of success here early on for the Cougars. What's the experience been like for you?
Experience has been crazy. I mean, we have a lot of good players helping me out. The coaching staff is great. We've had 3 successful seasons, winning the championship twice in the 3 seasons that I've been here so far, and it's just an amazing experience.
That first step you had at Wilkes, nobody could stop you. You were able to get to the rack like 3-4 times in a row. You have the ability to shoot the 3. Talk about just working on your game offensively, because you're the #1, I think, choice right now. You have a few others. I mean, Tony Harding's not far behind, but you know, the offense kind of goes through you or Tony. Talk a little bit about that ability to shoot.
Yeah, people talk about my first step a lot, so that helps with getting to the rim. And then once I start doing that, they start stacking off, which will open the 3-ball for me. And if I get past them, then they start collapsing on me. I have Stone or Tony or Trey Fields out there hitting the 3s, and everything's just working out so far.
Your high school experience with Coach Abda, to take us through what that was like.
He was a very good coach. He made me the player who I am today. He was real tough on me, which is kind of a different style than Coach Chandler, but I mean, he's the reason that I'm playing college basketball right now.
Coach Chandler, kind of a player's coach. I mean, he was a prolific scorer, the best scorer ever at Misericordia University. I'm sure somewhere in his heart he'd like to say, hey, can you beat that? But he put up some big numbers. Talk about how he pushes you.
Well, from score to score, he just gave me a lot of pointers, and he told me all the stuff that he did. He helped me kind of show me some of his moves and everything that he did to try to make me a better player and coming off screens and working on my shot, and he just helped out with everything that I'm doing.
Let's talk about, you have a brother, Ryan.
Yes. Tell
us a little bit about him.
He's my best friend. He's been helping me through everything. When we played sports in high school, he was always outside on the driveway helping me out. He's a big football player, so when football was over, we'd be practicing all day. He would help me, so he's a big part of what I've been doing. Minor in psychology, a business guy, doing real well in the classroom. Talk about what you like about the academics at Misericordia. It's a great school. I love the small classrooms. The teachers are very approachable, which makes it easier to understand whatever topic that we'll be talking about. I'm really interested in psychology, but it's kind of a tougher field to get into, so that's why I chose business, because it's more broad and it's probably a better chance to get a job in that. Let's talk about the folks and what they've done to kind of lay the foundation and how they continue to support you. I can't even explain how much that they've done for me. They don't miss a game. My mom had struggled last year. She got diagnosed with cancer. She said I'd miss a game, and that made a big impact on me because she said that I was getting her through what she was going through, and that was just a huge thing for me to keep going and keep playing, and especially winning and getting the championship. And then seeing the smile on her face after every game, and my dad has just been there for me through everything too. Well, we appreciate you sharing that personal story. Obviously, our thoughts and prayers with your mom, and continued success for you, Jason. Thank you. Stone McCreary joining us from the Misericordia University men's basketball team. And Stone, tell us about the back of the day, growing up playing basketball, where you're from, and what it was like.
I'm from York, Pennsylvania, which is about 2.5 hours south of Misericordia, and I played at Red Lion High School, and it was good. I started junior and senior year, but I lettered 3 years, so I played sophomore as well, and it was good. And then Willie started recruiting me my senior year in the summer when I was playing AAU, and he came down and saw a bunch of games and just fell in love with him and fell in love with Misericordia right away. and decided to come here and do my college basketball career.
You could kind of be that X factor. I was telling Coach Chandler about shooting that three that maybe they're not expecting, and we already know that Jason's got the range, or Tony has the range, but you're able to pull a couple that feels pretty good, and obviously ignites your team.
Yeah, absolutely. When I go in there, I know my role is to make shots and kind of be that spark plug for the team. Something starts off a little slow, but I know what to do when I go in there, and hopefully Jason, Alec, and Tony, they're hitting, I'm hitting, so it's all working out for the team.
Let's talk about the team bonding, 40s. Tell me what that is.
That's where I live with Jason and another kid on the team who's our captain, Jake Stachina, and we all live there. And we usually have all the team over to hang out, play video games, watch NBA basketball games and things like that.
Let's talk about your major, what you enjoy at Misericordia, and what you hope to do in the future.
I'm a business administration major, and I'm enjoying it. And when the future comes around, I'm thinking about starting my own distributorship with the Kirby Company, and I get that from my dad. He's been doing that for like 35 years now, going on 40, and that's where I'm trying to head, into that sales division, start my career there.
Well, let's talk about your folks and how they inspire you, what the foundation they laid for you to be the guy that you are.
Yeah, my parents are awesome. They've never missed a game, and if they do, it's because they're either traveling or my mom's a teacher and she can't get off or something like that, but they're there whenever they can be there, every game, no matter where it is. So they're definitely my role models. They mean a lot to me, and whenever I look up and see them, it just brings a nice comfort to me. So they're awesome, so I can't thank them enough.
Good rivalry with Wilkes, obviously beating you guys twice, but you guys beat them in the playoffs when it really mattered for the chance to move on the NCAA playoffs, but a good friendly competition against them.
Yeah, Wilkes has always been good competition for the 3 years that I've been at Misericordia, always close, always good games. They're definitely our rivals because they're so close. To go down there and just have a good crowd, both home and away, and play just another good basketball organization and put on a great competition.
Stone, congratulations on making it to the playoffs, and we wish you the very best in your future endeavors.
All right, thank you so much.
Tony Harding is with us from Misericordia University via Lakeland. And Tony, you've had a real nice early career here at Misericordia University. Obviously, you want to keep it going. What's it been like to be able to be pretty close to home, be able to play a high level of competition, Division III basketball, have a local guy who's pretty much an icon at his high school and at college, at the college Misericordia level, now Misericordia University. Tell us about the experience.
It's pretty cool being close to home. That's probably one of my favorite things about it, because it gets a chance for my friends, my family, people I know to get to come see me play, and they wouldn't have that opportunity to do so. And it's like a motivator, really. And getting people to come watch you play, and then that gets information out there, and that also helps bring in other kids from around the area.
Your ability to hit the three is big, but you have a couple other guys that could do that. Obviously, Jason Kenny known for that.
Right.
Stone McCreary's got a nice outside shot. Talk about the ability to put in some of those outside shots.
It's a big part of my game, and it really, in my career, it's opened up what I could do on the inside more, because teams have to respect my shot, and that's when I end up being able to drive by people and use some of my athleticism a little bit.
Let's talk about some of your teammates and how you guys complement each other.
Well, starting off with Jason, obviously. Jason's the go-to guy. He's the scorer down the stretch. If we're running a set offensively, it's most likely going to be for Jason to get a look, and he's incredible. He can score inside and out. He's just quicker than people on the floor. Someone like Alec, he knows his role as a defender and a passer, handles the ball, and gets other people involved. Then we have guys like Trey Fields. He's a lock-up defender. Stone McCreary comes in and makes shots all over the court. He's a great shooter. Then we have a big man inside. He's a sophomore like myself, Noah Rivera, and he competes real well with big guys in there and gets buckets for himself.
You got a sister, Madison, that's a pretty darn good athlete. Tell us about her.
She's a competitor with me especially, and we've competed for the one-up constantly growing up, and it's cool to see her doing really big things and getting into a Division I program and running and setting herself up well for a good future. So I'm proud of her.
Let's talk about your major at Misericordia University. Did you hone in on one already?
Yeah, I'm an accounting major. And after a year of being undeclared, I decided that's the route I wanted to go. It was something that interested me, and I thought it fit me well.
Coach Chandler, talk about him being a player's coach. I mean, obviously he played for the Cougars. He's now coaching the Cougars. He's a young, enthusiastic guy, a lot of energy. What's it like?
I love playing for Coach Chandler. I mean, as far as a player's coach, what a player would want in a coach, he gives you. He's straightforward with you. He's going to tell you what he wants to tell you, and he's not afraid to let you go play how you want to play. Though he still gives you free reign to go show off what you can do. But the second we start taking that too far, he brings us right back in.
Tony, you've had a lot of success at your sophomore year. I'm sure you're excited about the NCAA playoffs. Congratulations, and we wish you the best.
Thank you.
Trey Fields is with us. He is a senior from Misericordia University here on the John Mendola Show at our Carol and Janelle. And Trey, you kind of got that role of a lockdown defender, and you showed it off. Really did a nice job for your team. Talk about bringing it for your team and you guys having all the components to make a championship team.
To start off, we just I knew early in the season we weren't playing defense, and I knew that I was a big part of that. We didn't play no defense early, and Coach, we preached it all year, and it was playoff time. So me being the guy that I am, and what I do, what I bring to the team defensively, offensively, I knew I had to be at my best, at my peak. So I just went in and I studied a lot of film, and I knew what was happening, and when we went to play, and everything was, I just put it all, left it all out there, because I'm a senior, so I don't want to play for my teammates.
Talking about you turning on that switch. When you turn on that switch and you hit that court, you're a different person. Talk about what that's like, that competitive fire that you have, and just seeing it in your eyes that you want it.
Man, I just just how it's all about heart. I think that me being at my best and playing with the emotion that I play with. I didn't do that all year. I was inconsistent, but I knew that it could either be my last game, and I wanted to play for a championship again, and I wanted to end my season the right way and finish where I left off last year. We got to the NCAA tournament and lost first round, and I wanted to get back there and prove to not only my teammates but the world and people who are watching that we can play too. And so I left it all out there.
Some of us take that path in life. It's kind of like a straight uphill. Others take some zigzags. For you, Misericordia University wasn't where you first started, but let's talk about all the positives about getting in touch with Coach Chandler, making it to Misericordia University, and making it work, because you've made it work.
Yeah, I came from I was originally at a D2 school, and me and the coaches there kind of butted heads, and we didn't get along too well. And I was able to, get in touch with Coach Chandler, who's a player's coach, and he allowed me just to be myself. And I think coming in and my teammates, they allowed me to be myself, and I think that's where I got comfortable. And once I was comfortable, the rest is history.
How about education-wise at Misericordia University? What's been your experience? Business guy?
Oh yes, sir. I'm a sports management major. Classes are great. Smaller classrooms, it gives me an opportunity to get closer with my teachers, and really get one-on-one help if I needed it. And I think and the people there, like the students there, they're willing to help you if you're struggling. And I think that the overall environment just fit me, and it fit well.
Let's talk about your sister and your relationship you have with her.
Oh yeah, me and my sister Janae, she's actually my rock, man. She's, she keeps me going. She goes to school at University of Tennessee, Chattanooga. She's an accounting major, and so she's looking to be an accountant when she graduates. And she's just been supportive my whole life. When things got worse, she was always there. And that's another reason I play the sport, and I play with so much emotion. And growing up, I didn't have my father, so me and my sister, we look to each other at times, and she's always supportive. She comes up here. She came to my senior day, and she's a great sister.
Let's talk about Coach Chandler and the role he kind of fills in. As you said, he's a player's coach. Talk about him, maybe leaning on him for some advice, or just say, hey, Coach, what could I do better to help the team? What's it been like over the last 2 years to kind of grow with him?
Oh, man, Coach Chandler, he's amazing. Even when I was, like this year, I'm not having a great year, but, he continued to, be positive, continue to, tell me that, hey, we need you, you're going to come out of it, you're going to come out of it. He got in the gym with me, we worked on my shot, always giving me advice, and not only on the court, off the court stuff. I dealt with some stuff off the court, and he was just always there.
Trey Fields, we appreciate you sharing your story with us, and congratulations on a real nice career here at Misericordia University.
Thank you.